Hey, what's up guys? It's Onmu from Kongarna's NA Pro Apex roster. First, I would like to thank everybody who said congratulations or even attempted to reach out to me or any of my teammates to congratulate us on a championship victory. You guys said so many nice things and it meant so much to all of us here. So, I would just really like to say thank you to all of you guys. But today I'm going to go just into a little bit more in-depth of the final moments from our championship victory for you guys. To set the stage for you guys, basically, there are 3 squads left. We are on match point, and the team holding these blue crates over here, SSG, is also on match point. The team on the hill, Renegades, is not on match point. So this tournament could end if either us or SSG wins this game that we're playing right here. And I'm pretty sure every team in this lobby knew that. We obviously knew it. I'm not sure about the other two. I can't really speak for them, but I'd assume they were both pretty aware of that situation. 41 seconds left till the final ring closes. And what you're going to see at the beginning is we're basically kind of just formulating what we want to do, because in a situation like this where there's 3 squads left, you do not want to be the first squad to fight. The first squad to fight, or the first 2 squads to fight, I guess. Usually the team that was not fighting the entire time ends up winning the game, just because they can come third party to fight and just get like basically free kills on people that are weak or damaged from the previous fight. I'm basically just asking them, I ping the alt excel, I'm asking them, like, do you guys have your ultimates, making sure we all have our abilities so we can do something in this zone.
We all have ults.
So I kind of just scrolled in on the map there to see basically when teams would have to rotate, because as this zone moves, it like slowly creeps forward, and the closer you are to the middle, obviously the longer you're not gonna have to move, if that makes sense. Obviously we're like near the edge, so we're gonna have to move within like 10-15 seconds of the zone.
The LOS height, I think. Can we put pressure on this team?
We threw our pings over there on that little cover right here just to see how close it would be, and it was really close to the middle, so we could play that as our next spot because it's going to be in longer than our current spot, you know, but we don't want to go there first just because this team would end up being able to see us and could shoot us just from their position right here and not get shot from the hill. So we're basically just trying to formulate to see if we can get angles and force this team up the hill or into angles where this team could potentially knock them.
Doesn't give us much.
And this is a key call that I was calling right here.
We have to push to force them into the other team.
Throwing my caustic alt in front of that team so they could not push us anymore, you know?
Yo, what do you guys think about me caustic alting this team when we have to push to force them into the other team?
Yeah.
Just kind of like throw it right on their one clear route of pushing us, so they would have to go a different way if they wanted to push us, or they would have to go and just try to go up the hill to fight these guys.
Left is going to be a big issue because they've got that fence.
I'm going to caustic alt that fence, the part that runs out to us.
This is me just basically telling them exactly what's happening, that's our plan, that's what we're going to go with. Scurry ends up bringing up a good point here and says, like, hey, you should throw your Gibby ult on them to force their bubble so they pretty much won't have it when they run up the hill. Like, we're basically just bleeding their abilities right here. Scurry ends up throwing a big grenade that, like, cracks 2 people on it.
Yeah, do it. Do it now, then.
Make him force bubble and then caustic ult them.
Yep, we end up forcing bubble right there.
I cracked all 3 of them. I cracked another one.
So then we move up right around here. We get to the care package right here for just a little bit of a additional cover from the team up here. I end up throwing my caustic alt right on the side, right in the open right there. So if they wanted to push us, they'd have to wrap around this far way and run at us, but they're not gonna, they can't do that without their bubble, because they're gonna get shot from this team and us the entire time. So basically we only left them with one option, and that was to run up the hill and try to fight this team.
To do something on the
and that's exactly what you see right here.
Let him go.
But basically, I'm basically just screaming to let them go and let them just go fight. Don't even shoot them. Let them try to weaken each other so we can get in here.
Let him go.
Walk up top.
Focus him on the right. Focus him on the right.
Once we already see that one of them got knocked, we were like, hey, we got to focus this team now on this on the high ground that was holding the top of the hill the entire time. Just basically because they're a 3-man. There's no reason to try to focus this team. They're already down a guy. Try to make it easier on all of us.
I'm bubbing.
This part was actually kind of funny to go back and watch too, because we just sat here basically in a bubble standoff. But basically, they could have pushed us if they wanted to. I feel like they didn't, just simply because like they probably knew that both teams were on match point. They might have just pushed this team just because they got a knock on them and tried to secure as much placement. Or they might not have pushed it simply because of the caustic cans right here. That they didn't think they would win. That they didn't think they would win the gunfight just because it's a little tricky to fight in gas when you're getting slowed and also taking damage. So then we just kind of drop down off of this and start looking at this team then over here, get a few shots on them. And right at that moment, we see them start heading over to go fight them because their bubble was about to drop.
Back down.
I mean, basically at this point, it's pretty simple. We just start focusing the team that started fighting SSG, and yeah, the rest right here is history. This is the main broadcast POV here. I'm pulling this up just mainly so you can see like how effective the utility that we threw at SSG was, that we pretty much forced them into only making one play up here.
And all of these three teams have a chance to do something special.
Basically, as you can see, the Gibraltar was shown there, and the little red circle is obviously the radius of it, and it covered pretty much the entire area that they were playing here. So instead of taking huge damage and not bubbling and potentially not being able to heal by the time they had to move, or like another team getting an angle like on them back here, or us being able to get an angle, basically drew out their bubble right here. Scurry hit a huge nade as well.
There coming from the grenades, big grenades from bottom 20. This is where you need to clutch up.
But then you'll
as
see
an individual.
the caustic gas thrown right here,
shots if you want to call yourself,
which basically blocked the entire angle right here to push out at us. So they were basically left with one option, was to either run up this hill way here.
A champion,
you
if you want to lift a trophy above your head. Renegades being slightly focused here, but they've done
exactly
so much
damage.
Can they spoil the party?
Oh, and it looks like they might. I tell you, SSG, they lose one, but here comes bottom